Veterans can face daunting challenges when they transition from military life back into the community. Many struggle with physical and mental health issues, unemployment, homelessness, family issues, and accessing VA benefits.
It's extremely difficult. Being a Vietnam veteran, and when we came back, it was less than ideal circumstances because we weren't welcomed back into the community. And I'm also a life member and chaplain for the Vietnam Veterans of America, and we've made the vow that the young men and women coming back today are going to get a welcome. They're going to get a thank you. Our motto is, never again will one generation of veterans abandon another.
Since its dedication last May, the Clark County Veterans Assistance Center has served hundreds of local veterans. The center is staffed by more than 40 volunteers who serve 600 to 800 hours each month and provide a welcoming, understanding environment for veterans.
Actually been overrun with volunteers. They have over 40 that can help with different events and come in on different days and help. There's lawyers and accountants, and that's what makes the center function.
Besides connecting veterans with community resources, the volunteers also help coordinate special events such as last September's Veterans Stand Down. That event provided nearly 200 veterans in need with access to food, clothing, health screenings, and VA healthcare registration. Volunteers also worked with community partners to arrange a 3-day, all-expense-paid hunting and fishing trip for 30 local veterans. When
I got there, we were a little concerned that we had 3 different sort of generations. We had, Iraq and Afghanistan vets, we had Korean vets, and we had Cold War vets, non-combat vets, and then we had the Vietnam vets. And it wasn't one day into the hunt, I walked through the foyer of the lodge, and in every little seat there were 2 people there, one Vietnam vet and one Iraq or Afghanistan vet talking. So get a little choked up about that because that's what it was all about.
Because veterans may be reluctant to reach out to public agencies for help, these volunteers provide an essential community service. Getting 1,500 kids excited about fishing was the focus of last April's 12th annual Klineline Kids Fishing event. Presented by the Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife and Klineline Kids Fishing, the event was designed to give youth greater awareness of this natural resource.
In the process of the budget reductions with the state budget, our ability to fund this project has decreased significantly. So the only way that this project could continue was for the community to come together, and so now we have a combination of partnerships with Clark County, the City of Vancouver, as well as numerous volunteers that either provide volunteer hours to make it happen or financial contributions to sponsor kids, plus purchase the equipment that's necessary for the event to take place.
After receiving fishing gear and a t-shirt, kids teamed up with their parents, guardians, or volunteers to try their hand at the sport. The fish they caught were cleaned and bagged for the kids to take home for eating. Numerous prizes were awarded for the biggest fish caught, and 12 kids received bicycles.
The 3 days that we put 2,500 rods and reels together, it takes 50 people a day from 4 hours to put 2,500 rods and reels together, and we've done it. We'll continue to do it.
The event mobilized hundreds of volunteers from Clark County Juvenile Court, local unions, Salmon Creek Lions Club, Clark County Fire District 6, and several other fishing groups.
The overwhelming response from our youth that are going there as a community service project is hugely positive. They enjoy not only, number one, seeing the youth out there catching the fish and enjoying the day out there, they also really get a charge out of working with the other volunteers out there, and I think that's a really important thing. They get to see their community members, taking their time out of their day to do something that's positive for their community.
Youth with Clark County Juvenile Court helped to give back to the community by working at the registration booth, weighing fish, helping to make lunches, and staffing face painting and button making booths for children. Joan Caley has volunteered her time and talent on the Public Health Advisory Council since it was formed in 2003. During her 2 terms as council chair, she helped the council to better represent the many interests and concerns of Clark County citizens related to health.
Joan and I first met when she became a member of the Clark County Public Health Advisory Council. She has brought a level of leadership to that group that's really made that group really focused on assessing the health of the community, the issues of our population, and bringing that to the attention of the Clark County Board of Health.
As a community health nurse specialist, Joan has used her keen understanding of health issues to help the council focus on the most important public health issues affecting our community. Under her leadership, the council identified priorities such as protecting Clark County's groundwater, improving immunization rates to prevent the spread of disease, and planning our communities to improve the health of our residents.
I'm really connected and involved in our community. My background is I'm a nurse. I'm a community health nurse specialist by background. So I actually believe that we can all make a difference in our own community.
In addition to her work with public health, Joan is also an active volunteer with the SHARE Board and was recently named the 2011 Emily Marshall Volunteer of the Year.
I was on the SHARE Board for 9 years. The last couple of years I was president of the SHARE Board, and we have term limits on that board, so a year ago I was term limited off. Fabulous opportunity to work with SHARE and with trying to improve the situation for homeless individuals and families in our community. You get more in return than you give. You get a feeling of making things better. I think we all are better by giving something of ourselves in whatever way we can.
Simply put, Joan is passionate about making our community a better place to live. She always goes beyond what is expected. When a new task is identified, Joan is often the first to say, "I can do that."